Let's just get this over with. You're starting to worry me. Take the good with the bad, I guess. What are you thinking about? 神様に頼んで願いを叶えてもらうんですか?
Your timing is impeccable, Captain. Watch.
I'm listening.
メリークリスマス、指揮官。いい思い出を作れたらいいですね。
We have a full complement of troops. Dr. Kate is making strides in her research, and Senator Matthews has got this high command's full backing. We have everything we need to mobilize into the conflict, and plans are being drawn up as we speak. No mutants, Brotherhood of Steel, or this institute will stand in the way of our goal.
I think we have enough troops to go on the offensive. Yet.
You don't need to worry about that, Captain. Leave it with me. Seeing as the Senator has just arrived, we're holding a briefing session. You should join us. It would be good for him to meet one of our most promising officers. I almost forgot. The technicians have repaired the last of the executive bedrooms. It's yours. I trust you'll find it has everything you need. Now, let's go speak to the Senator.
Landing pads are in motion. Stand clear. Repeat. Stand clear of the landing pads.
welcome. Please take a seat. Let's wait for everyone before we begin. Good evening, everyone. Is Dr. Kane not joining us?
She's currently occupied with an autopsy. I'm sure she'll join us later.
Ah, I see. Let's get started then. After speaking with the good general over the past few weeks, I'm pleased to finally make all your acquaintances. I'm sure you all have questions about myself, the state of the Enclave as a whole, and about our next steps. Now, do understand that in the interests of national security, I can only say so much. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I am Henry Matthews, Senator representing the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I was elected by your peers to this prestigious position after the untimely death of Senator Clark at this very base. I've been sent here at the President's behest to oversee your progress and to ensure the Commonwealth is brought back into the fold. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. Who is the president? I sorta lost track after eating.
Given recent events, the President's identity is classified. It's kept on a need-to-know basis. And my good man, you most certainly do not need to know. Nothing personal, you understand?
Where is High Command?
Sheesh.
Do we still have a central headquarters?
Well, I'm pleased to inform you that one of the Joint Chiefs is actually right here with you. General Ward was recently appointed chairman.
An honor, truly.
I'm sure it is. As for the location of High Command, what I will say is we have shifted to more of a distributed structure. That being said, our largest active facility is Mount Weather. Most of the personnel I brought with me was stationed there. How about you? Lieutenant, was it? Any questions from you?
She was just promoted to captain, actually.
A far more appropriate rank from what I've heard. So, any...
Forgive the intrusion, gentlemen. I have made a troublesome discovery.
What seems to be the problem, Doctor?
This autopsy, I was certain I would find a way to identify they were a synth. However, I was mistaken. I didn't know that. I'd have thought this was simply a vault metal. It was only once I began the brain biopsy that it became clear it was a synth. There was the circuitry, a lot of it, embedded deep within the brain tissue. Central to it, in fact. It's the only telltale sign I could find. These Institute synths, I heard they were lifelike, but seeing one in person, it's both incredible and harrowing.
It's like I told you. There's no way of telling a synth apart from a human unless you kill it. That's why people fear the Institute.
Yes, Colonel, you made your point.
The Institute has been on our radar for a long time now. Our agents have looked into numerous Institute-related incidents in the past, but have never been able to pinpoint the Institute's location itself. With how little we know of them, they could very well be our biggest threat. I'll come back to this in a moment. Now that we have you, Dr. Kane, how has work on the FEV been going?
I've made some promising adjustments to the genetic markers and targets, but truthfully, progress is slow. We're struggling with the lab's power supply. There isn't enough to keep the FEV compound stable for more than a few seconds at a time. We can only run tests for a handful of seconds at a time, and only every few hours. Unless we have more power.
Myers, is there anything you can do about that?
Well, we could always shut down the factory. Like we did last time.
That's not an option.
Agreed.
Only other option is to upgrade the reactors. Which is easier said than done. Leave it with me. I'll think of something.
That's your priority now, Myers. See it done.
Good. So, to summarize our priorities, Chief Engineer Myers, get us more power. Dr. Kane, you keep working on the FEV. This comes directly from the President. Everyone else, it's about time we find a way into the Institute. We must know what we're dealing with once and for all. And I insist the Captain spearhead this mission. They look like the type that get things done. Before I forget, Captain, I brought an exceptional doctor with me. You should have your medical with him in the first instance. Make sure you're at your best and all that. Now, I'll leave you to cross the T's and dot the I's. I will be in my office should anyone need me.
A word outside, Captain?
Excuse me.
We're recovering all those materials for Dr. Kane. Heard the facility was crawling with locals and mutants.
Careful around the railings. It's a long way down.
Ma'am.
I don't like him, but he's right. I guess we'd better get to work. Got any leads for getting into the Institute?
Aren't there any pre-war records?
As far as I know, no. So far, we've not had any direct interactions with them whatsoever. I guess it's lucky, in a way.
I have plans here to build a signal interceptor that can get me into the Institute.
You do? Incredible. You need to show these to General Ward right away.
How are things going?
With the oil rigs factory running again, we'll have the best gear in the Commonwealth.
Excuse me, miss.
Our full force has been deployed here. Let's make it count.
Any words
of wisdom?
指揮官、作戦に関する提案、聞いてくれます？
Anything you want to talk about?
今夜はお菓子いっぱいあげたんですけど、指揮官の分は取っておきましたよ。
Quartermaster Barrett's got the best gear in the Commonwealth.
Doctor?
Oh, welcome to my clinic. Let me just check my notes here. Ah, Captain. You must be here for your medical. No time like the present. Shall we get started?
What kind of medical exam? I feel fine.
Oh, I just want to make sure I have a complete file for all of my patients.
Right.
I'm just going to ask you a few straight...
Sure.
What age group do you fall under?
That's right.
Let me... Have you ever suffered from...
Think I soaked up some...
I see. We'll run a couple of tests afterwards and see what we're... Are you suffering from any long-term ill...
I don't know. I haven't really...
I see. Well, if you have any, all that's left is for me to take a blood sample. And we're done. Thank you for your time. Now, was there anything else I could help you with?
Patch me up, Doc.
Of course. Let's take a look.
Too much radiation.
You'd better act fast before the radiation causes irreversible damage. I think we've sorted that. Anything else?
I've got an itch, Doc.
Oh, my. Yes, I think... And that should be that. Was there something else?
That was it.
Of course. Be careful out there.
Hey, got a sec?
Whatever the Institute's planning for Sis, it can't be good.
Sir.
Remember what the Senator said, Captain. Getting into the Institute is our highest priority.
Can you take a look at these schematics? A scientist named Virgil said they could get me inside the Institute.
There is no sense in me looking at them. I wouldn't understand a word on there. Excellent work, Captain. I knew we could rely on you. There isn't enough space or power to build this device here, but there is a suitable alternative. We have been occupying the Army Depot. There are plenty of supplies and, more importantly, space there. I'll have Myers meet you there. Hand him the plans and get this built.
Man.
Always keep your weapon close and don't be afraid to shoot on sight. The Wasteland's a dangerous place. This new gear we're getting is amazing. Ain't that the truth? Can't remember the last time I had a weapon jammed. That factory, it's amazing. Can't believe someone decided to shut it down way back when.
Hey,
America's
We'll
ours
destroy
by
the
right.
brothers.
You can count on it.
do you have a moment?
All right. Let's see what the commotion is all about. What is it we're building, anyway?
Did you know the Institute has a teleporter called the Molecular Relay? Take a look.
Yeah, there's a lot of big whites. Let me take a look at those plans. Okay, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't... Did you get a kid to draw this or something? Molecular transmission, RF waves, smart, very, very smart. Well, this definitely explains how the Institute can be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Looks like if we build this right, it'll hijack someone's return signal and nab you instead.
That all sounds impressive, but can you build it?
I keep a 200-year-old oil rig afloat. I maintain 2 nuclear reactors. I almost single-handedly run an enormous factory, so... maybe. I need a little more time to decipher all this. But I think you can get started with the stabilized reflector platform. Should have what we need to build it in the warehouse.
Can you give me a list of what I'll need to build this platform?
Sure thing. This should be everything you're gonna need. Let me know when you've built the platform.
Hey,
This place sure is a handful. But she's a beauty all the same.
how's it going?
明けましておめでとうございます指揮官休日であってもリラックスはほどほどにしてくださいね
Hi. Hey.
Got that platform built yet?
Yeah, ready to build the rest of it.
Nice work. Let's move on to the next part. So, I've written down the remaining things we'll... You come to me if you've got any trouble finding...
It may take me a while to gather these things.
Yeah, I figured. I'll try and do as much as I can. Oh, don't mean to insult your intelligence, but just so we're clear, make sure you wire the whole thing together.
Right? Hey.
今夜はお菓子いっぱいあげたんですけど指揮官の分は取っておきましたね
All
I'm listening.
指揮官。では、行ってきます。
Hey,
神様に頼んで願いを叶えてもらうんですか？指揮官の願い、私に頼んでもいいですよ。
Are you serious? Bye.
指揮官、お土産です。指揮
Oh,
官、
yeah.
またお部屋の片付けに行きましょうか。でも
Sweet.
今度はあんなもの
Come
先
to
に
mama.
隠しておきましょうね。
Yes. I really don't care. And I'll just take this.
「了解です。直ちに出発します。」
Hey.
これが私が望んでいた力。
Excellent. Hey.
指揮官。作戦に関する提案聞いてくれます？私を頼ってもいいですよ。
Good work getting the Harper back. It's full of supplies.
Oil rig's looking great. Hard to believe it was left to rot for a decade.
Hey, got a sec?
指揮官、合言葉は
We need to stop beating this dead horse, admit it won't work, and move on. This is a terrible...
That is enough, Coach.
Brotherhood of Steel's in the region. This time,
I've heard your
be ready.
concerns. I assure you I will take them on board. Now get out.
Sir,
I knew we could count on you, Captain. Are you ready to put the signal interceptor to the test?
what were you arguing about?
That is none of your concern. Now, I have confidence in Chief Engineer Myers' abilities, but I'd be lying if luck is on our side, you'll arrive at the Institute.
What are the details of my mission?
These are your objectives once you infiltrate the Institute. I want a list with the names, titles, and occupations of every key person in there. Secondly, I want you to keep your eyes open for anything that might help us with the oil rig's power issues, schematics, leads, and so on. Lastly, do not, under any circumstances, raise the alarm. We do not want to make enemies of them, at least not yet. Any questions?
Is there anything else I should know?
Ah, yes, that abomination. There is indeed a possibility that you will find her, or her current whereabouts. Once you're in the Institute, keep an eye out for any leads.
What exactly are we looking for?
You'll need to get creative here. Myers needs more power out of the reactors, and we're hoping the Institute might have some helpful information. Look around whatever their engineering or generator areas may be, and to keep your eyes open for any terminals or schematics that may be of use.
How do I infiltrate them?
Let's be frank. The Institute are gonna know you're there the moment you arrive. I see one of two possibilities. Either they will attempt to apprehend you immediately, or they will entertain your presence, to a point. We're hoping for the latter. Right now, all I'm looking for is a clear picture of who leads what. If you can, simply talk to personnel that appear to be in charge. Then return that information to me. If any suspicions are raised, then the mission will be a failure. Try to keep things from escalating.
Not right now.
I want to make something clear. I know you're risking your life. I and the rest of the Enclave are grateful. We all wish for your safe return. Before you go, I have one last thing. A personal favor. Find Vanessa and put her down. I can't stand the thought of that abomination. Good luck, Captain.
Anything you want to talk about?
指揮官、作戦に関する提案聞いてくれます？たまには私を頼ってもいいですよ。
Hey,
神様に頼んで願いを叶えてもらうんですか？指揮官の願い、私に頼んでもいいですよ。
hey.
All right, bud. I've checked her over and over. I think she's ready as she'll ever be. How about you?
Ding dong. Crazy bells were ringing.
Yep. Yep, they are. So, I guess just stand up on that there platform. I'll see about getting a lock on.
Good luck, Captain.
Ma'am.
Just waiting
Not now.
on you. Come on now. Okay. Let me just get everything dialed in here. Sit tight. Going to start scanning frequencies. And putting the code. Holy cow! Getting a lot of spikes here. Oh, come on! Settle down! Alright. Might take a couple of moments to lock onto the signal. I almost forgot. I'm sure it's close, but we're hoping to get a lot of info out of the Institute. I've got this here holotape for you. If you could insert it into
Hey.
any
指揮官、
Institute terminal you
作戦に関する
run
提
it,
案、
it would be
聞い
a
てくれ
big
ます
help. Just hand it back after you've done that,
たま
and
には
I'll do the rest.
私を頼って
Oh
もい
my
いですよ。
god! It's done it! We've locked onto a signal! RF looking nominal. I'm going to start the emitter. 80, 90. We're getting a lot more spikes, but they're good spikes! Just need to throw the switch. Counting down now. 3, 2, 1. Good luck, Captain.
Damn it. Fitch.
Looks like the mutants have settled 2 mics north of here. Take...
What the hell is Josh doing? He's been gone for over an hour. We need to get out of here. The guys are thinking we're already at...
wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean.
Who are you?
Sean, it's...
Father, what's...
Sean.
What's going on? Father?
Sure.
Shh! I don't know you. Go away! Father!
Sean, please. Calm down.
Father? Father, help me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation, you have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to...
Right.
It's good to finally meet you. I am.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage But then you learn that your son was no longer an infant. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? And here I am.
It wasn't...
To you, that would certainly seem true. At that time, the year 2227, scientific curiosity. So they followed the best example.
So the weird science...
In a manner of speaking. The Institute endeavored to create. Plenty of that was available, even in their attempts to shield themselves. But then the Institute found me. I was exactly what they needed. I am their father.
And you've...
I have. I know you must have.
Kellogg.
Kellogg. He was an institute. It wasn't until I...
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's. Institute technology prolonged it. He never failed the Institute. But his cruelty became more apparent with... I won't lie. What else can I say?
Your father... He never got to see...
Yes. I've gone over the records of the incident. For many years, I never... With old age comes regret. But what else can I say to ease your mind?
So, you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. The Institute.
Doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what you do.
I'm glad we see. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear. Just... I know there's more for us. The Institute is on the verge of some. I've been a part of some. And now, after...
You want me to stay here and...
Yes. That the Institute can... You've been in the Common.
How can you say that?
Because it is the simple truth. I simply ask that you... We really do have... Will you take...
Are you sure?
Yes, I am. Just... The Institute is now your home. You want to introduce yourself to the division heads. And finally, Dr. Lee...
Sean?
Our advances will, in time, change the world.
Call this a clean floor. Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust? Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Hell yeah.
Greetings, ma'am.
Hey.
Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it a little longer?
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious and flavorful food supplements.
I want Supplement 77.
I am sorry, sir, but that supplement is no longer available.
Useless machine. When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
She's been at it for like 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
And I'll just take this. Hell yeah.
Well, that was productive.
Rushed work is sloppy at best, and deadly at worst.
Something like that. Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Do you know if the simulation on the main terminal has finished running?
Yes, I believe so. It should be available now.
Okay, thanks.
I'm sorry. Not my intention. There's just quite a bit going on right now. Oh, before I forget. I've been told to install a... You're to be given full access. You're just going to have to trust me. The relay is... In case the significance is lost, if nothing else, it should demonstrate the... Now, unless there's something else... Yes, things are... I'm sorry, I don't so...
Right. Madison.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced. I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
Hey. Hey.
Nothing to report, ma'am.
Duly noted.
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package
I'm
upgrades
listening.
I asked for.
Hello.
Maybe I
Hey.
should take some courses with me.
Pardon me.
Send messages.
Yes, of course.
Dr. Ayo, this is X733 reporting in. I have an update on assignment 3FC02. Z521 designation Vanessa and her squad are currently operating in the vicinity of Salem and are maintaining radio silence. Once I have pinpointed their location, I shall issue them their new orders. I will report back once I have completed my mission.
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Vinay has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
Excuse me, Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be despite your relation to Father. I'm sure you understand. Oh, it's nothing personal. I don't trust. Now, Father has asked that our primary responsibility. Secret police? Our main instrument is the Corsairs hunt down. They are highly self-sufficient. But I gather you know all. In fact, Yes, well, I'll be taking steps. I suppose I'll have to ask. Now, unless you need something else.
If you're the acting head of the SRB...
Dr. Zimmer holds in his absence.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software, do so after this meeting. The last thing we need is more synths bumping into walls. All right, that's all for now. Resume your duties.
I apologize for any disruptions that my work might cause you.
Fair enough.
Three levels of approval. Do you believe that? 3!
Too bad.
If it were just a limb twitching, but her eyes were moving as well. Involuntary twitching and rapid eye movements while sleeping can only mean one thing, Max. You just don't want to admit to yourself what it means.
If you're about to launch into one of your passionate speeches about artificial sentience and machines with souls, don't. Heard enough of this by now. Write them down from memory.
But we can't just ignore the question. If a synth can dream, why can't it have a soul? And if a synth has a soul, then it is a living person by every standard we can measure. Of course it is far more comfortable to think of them as machines, so we can do what we want with them.
If you disapprove of the work we do here, Natalie, you know what I'm telling you.
Just a moment. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
Well, it's an unwanted distraction. We're men of science, not philosophers. You do well to remember that.
Hello, welcome. Please, step this way for processing.
Can I help you?
Everyone's excited about the new synth project.
Don't know anything about that.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't
Remember
come
to
soon
conserve
enough.
power at every opportunity.
I don't know.
I might just do that.
Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
Oh, I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Hi,
Thanks
Doc.
again.
Of course.
You weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, when Father told us about... If you don't mind my asking...
What makes you ask?
I suppose when I heard your story, you've suffered more right? I'm sorry. Now, I'll give you a... As you might guess, we maintain and upgrade... There's a lot of machinery behind these.
Sure.
The work we do might... So, now that you're here...
I'm just looking at...
I see. If there's anything else...
It must be a challenge to meet...
Absolutely. Over the years, when necessary, fortunately, it's a good thing, too. You don't even...
We're all looking forward to working with you.
That's promising.
Oh, damn it! I was supposed to get those Phase 3 docs to Dr. Lee hours ago. Better late than never.
Hi.
Oh, hi. It's you.
You okay?
No. Yes! I mean, no. And now suddenly an outsider is walking around in here, standing in front of me. And they're the director's parents, but younger, and... I have a headache.
What's that you got there?
Just some documents, or classified documents, I think. Classified to you, maybe? Look, avert your eyes.
Who are you, anyway?
You really care, do you? I'm just another scientist spinning.
What's this Phase 3?
Oh, well, we've been working on a way to increase our power output and... Wait, no.
I'll take care of it.
Oh, you would? I don't know. I'm so behind on... Okay, yes, sure. Here you go. Give this to Dr. Lee straight away. Nobody else, understand?
That's it. Come to Mama. Nice. Excellent.